Hey everyone, this is Brandon Oliveras from Co-Creation Coaching, and I am here today with another Reader's Questions video. These Reader's Questions videos are my chance to answer your questions about the Law of Attraction. If you would like to ask a question about the Law of Attraction to be answered in one of these videos, please go to cocreationcoaching.org/ask. So we have a question today from someone who it sounds like is quite desperate about their goal. And so that's why I was really led to answer this question today. And so they're asking about essentially, what do you do when you really want your desire, but nothing's happening? So our reader asks, I can't let go. I carry my desires every day and often just can't let go and know. Deep down I know this because I can't relax with assurance, which causes some anxiety. It feels like a one-sided love affair at times. I'm faithful to my desires and to the universe with everything I do. However, the process becomes tiring, and when the love is not returned, a feeling of rejection sets in. And so does negative thoughts. Doubt creeps in, and, well, you know the rest. So this is, like I said, a pretty poignant question because I can kind of feel the desperation in the question itself, right? And obviously, desperation is not something that you want to happen, but it's sometimes, a part of life. It happens, unfortunately, sometimes when we have a really big goal that we're working on. So the first thing I want to say about this is that our desires never abandon us. I'm getting a big sense of abandonment in this question, and our desires just don't do that. The universe does not abandon us. If you're feeling as though your desires are abandoning you, then it is only because of your own focus, of your own subconscious mind, of what beliefs you're holding in your subconscious and what programs you're holding. But the universe and our desires simply do not abandon us, okay? As long as you hold that want, or I should say, as long as you hold that intention of what you want, then you will get that desire. It will not abandon you. I think the problem here comes down to you're trying way too hard, it sounds like. And, a lot of times we think, okay, if we want our desire enough, it'll just come to us, right? If we really, 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 really want it, if we prove ourselves worthy of that desire by wanting it so much and feeling so intense about it, and our questioner here even described it as a one-sided love affair. So there's obviously an intense desire. The issue is that there's no letting go. Okay, so, and this is common because when you have an intense desire, as it sounds like this one is, it's common to hang your happiness on that. Okay, to make your happiness dependent on having this desire. And you simply can't do that because your happiness is who you are. You are a being of infinite happiness, of infinite peace. And so when you hang your happiness, when you attach it to having some desire, it's a lose-lose situation, because if you can't be happy until you get that desire, then you won't be happy now, which means you'll feel a sense of lack right now, which means, guess what, you'll manifest a sense of lack. So if you want that desire, you have to have it now inside of yourself. You have to have the feeling of the desire. You have to have the happiness that you believe the desire will bring you. The law of attraction does not work from the outside in. It does not work with, I'm going to get this desire and then I'll be happy and then I'll have the feeling. You have to have the feeling and then you'll get the outward manifestation of that. So it's not that you don't want it enough. It's not that the universe is abandoning you. It's that you simply are too attached to having this desire. That doesn't mean you can't have it. Trust me, I've been angry at people before when they said, "Oh, you're too attached." Well, of course I'm attached. I really want this desire. But you can't get it as long as you are attached. Okay, you have to let go entirely so that you can be okay without the desire and then still choose it. Okay, and it has to be from a soul level desire, a soul place, not from ego. And I'll be describing this in this week's LOA Deep Dive blog post, so I recommend checking into that for more details about that. But you have to get to the point where this desire comes from your soul, not from ego, because the ego wants, it lacks, it feels separate, it feels attached. It has to attach because it can't get to its own happiness because it believes that it's a separate entity. But when you're coming from a place of soul, then there is no lack. The desire is just icing on the cake. Okay, you're not going to be sad if you don't have it. It's just, hey, I'd really like that experience. So you have to get to that place where the desire would be awesome, but you don't need it right now. That's the kind of place you have to get to. And I know for a lot of people, that's kind of unfathomable. I mean, it's really difficult to think about how could I be happy without this desire. But that's why I always say law of attraction requires immense spiritual development, especially as you get to bigger and bigger goals. The bigger the goal, the more spiritual development requires. Anyone can manifest a, parking space, or seeing a butterfly, or, getting $20 or whatever. Anyone can manifest that. And people do it all the time. But when it gets to those bigger things you really care about, that's where everyone gets hung up, because you care about it so much that you refuse to be happy until you get it. And so that's the issue. Because with these smaller goals, when you manifest this parking space, you're not going to die if you don't get that parking space. You're not going to feel like a failure if you don't get that parking space. It's just a fun manifestation. But when you get to that, I want this amount of money, or I want this relationship, or I want this house, or I want this car, or I want this dream job, or this career, or starting this business, then you start to feel like you're going to die without that, or you're not going to be happy without that, or you really need that. And so the whole feeling totally changes. So you have to get to that place of, this is just ordinary. This is fun. It'd be a nice experience to have. I don't need this right now. Sure, I'd really like to have this, but I don't need it right this second. And my ego doesn't need it. I don't need it in order to be complete. So I hope that answers your question for you. I know it's not an easy thing to do, but hopefully that helps. I would just keep working on releasing that attachment until you can really get to a place of just being happy and desiring that goal that you want. So once again, if you have a question for Readers' Questions, you can go to cocreationcoaching.org/ask. And if you'd like to see the transcript for this question, you can go to cocreationcoaching.org/RQ15. Thanks so much, everyone. Again, I'm Brandon Oliveris from Co-Creation Coaching, and as always, anything is possible.